What's up, guys? Cursey20 and the crew here, and today we have another political prediction video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing the 2022 House of Representatives predictions video, and let me get started by saying right off the bat that yes, I know redistricting is coming and we're going to have a whole new map, but I don't know when that map is going to come out, and I just don't know. So believe me, when it comes out, I will have an updated prediction and analysis of it. But for now, we're just going to stay with the current districts that we have. And right now, I have 192 seats that are either safe or likely for the Republican, and then 201 safe or likely for the Democrat, with 42 toss-ups. Now, how I determined this was if the seat was won by less than 5 points in 2020 is a toss-up seat. If it was won by 5.1 or more, then I classified it as likely, and then of course 10 or more is safe. So you guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. This was a lot of work to make this video. I had to go through every state, every district, every seat, and analyze the victory, like the 2020 race, and then I had to go and analyze the seats passed and the candidate approval rating, everything. So it would take way too long to go over that in this video. So I want you guys to know before I get started that when I classify a state one way or the other, it's because I went in, I looked at that seat's like voting history, candidates approval rating, incumbent, open seat, everything. So everything was factored in, so this was a lot of work. So if you guys could just go ahead and support the channel, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, because we got tons of political stuff coming, coverage of everything. And also, if you guys, like, even if you don't really care for politics, we got lots of other stuff. We got like gaming, comedy, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna get in here, do this in 1 second, but when we do get new districts drawn up, if you guys have seen, it's supposed to favor Republicans heavily. So that is one thing to keep in mind here, that whatever my final prediction is, it's probably going to be way more. I'm going to say right off the bat, I am predicting that the Republicans are going to take the House. I don't think anyone's really debating that right now. It's just about how much it's going to be, because it is going to be a Republican wave year, just like 2018 was for the Democrats, 2014 for the Republicans. It's going to be a wave year regardless, unless Joe Biden is like the most popular president in like the history of the world, but I doubt that. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys also real quick, I had some notes here about this. Alright, so there are 29 states with no toss-up seats. They were just across the board. They're not in play at all. Here they are right here. And then of course I have about 5 states that were won in 2020, or they were flipped in 2020, but by more than lean margins, if you get what I mean. So like New Mexico second was won by it was flipped by the GOP by 7.4 points. Michigan's third, flipped by the GOP by 6 points. Minnesota 7, GOP flipped by 13.6. North Carolina's second and 6 was flipped by the Democrats. Big margins here. That was partially because of the cheating, I think. And when I went back and counted, it was about roughly half and half of these toss-up seats were won in 2020 by a GOP or a Democrat. So with those little notes out of the way, let's go ahead and start in my home state of Wisconsin. So it's going to be, hold on, let me get the sidebar here so you guys can see. On the side here, it tells you who the district, state, or party, and candidate. So it's going to be Wisconsin's third. Ron Kine. I'm not going to get into all, like I said, I'm not going to get into everything, but I'm going to go ahead and classify it, or no, that's not right, as he's going to hold on to his seat here. If we want to go down to Texas. So we got Texas 7. Where's Texas 7? Got Texas 24, 23, 15. Oh, we got Texas 7. Texas 7 is going to be I feel like the GOP are going to hold on to that. Texas 15, that the Democrats, I feel, will hold on to that. Whoops. And then, of course, 23 and 24, the GOP are going to take. All these states that I'm or districts are going to just be tilt margins. Nevada's 3 and 4. I think the GOP will carry. Moving along to California, we got 16 district. The Republicans, I feel like, will not win that. So we'll give that to the Democrat here. 21, District 21, I think the Republicans will hold that. 25, Republican. 39, 48, I'm going to say both Republican. Can't believe it, though. These little districts here around LA and San Diego, I can't believe it. You know, how hard to believe that those would go for Republican. All right, so moving on to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's 5th district, it was won in 2018 by a Democrat, which was, of course, a Democratic wave year. But then every year before that, it was Republican, and then, of course, it came back to the Republicans in 2020. So there's no surprise there. Nebraska's 2nd. I feel like the Republicans are going to take that. So this is interesting. Iowa's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If you guys don't know, Iowa's 2nd was won in 2020. They just finished it and certified it. It was like 6 votes. But looking at each one of these seats and considering that it's going to be a wave year, I feel like they're going to sweep Iowa. So as it stands right now, we are about halfway through. We got 206 for the Republican, 204 for the Democrats. So with Iowa out of the way, we can move out to Utah. So same thing here with Utah's 4th, just like Oklahoma's 5th. Always a Republican seat. 2018 comes, wave year, flips, and then we took it back in 2020. So obviously it was going to be a wave year, and we won it in 2020. I feel like we'll take it again. All right, Arizona's 1st and 6th. So Arizona, you guys know, has been like trending to the left in recent elections, mainly because, in my opinion, the feud between John McCain and Donald Trump. But since Donald Trump will not be participating in the 2022 election, possibly the 2024, but this is 2022, so I feel like the Republicans, well, they'll win. They're going to win the 6th district. But going over and looking at the 1st district's voting history and everything like that, it was always a Republican seat, or a Democratic seat. So I think that they will carry that. They carried it 2014, 2010. So we'll give that to them, the Democrats. Moving up to Michigan. Kind of the same thing here. When I looked at these two races, they were close in 2020, but they've always been Democratic seats, like even in Republican wave years. So I feel like they'll hold on. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's gonna happen there. But over to Minnesota, I feel like it's gonna be the opposite. After looking at some of the data, both of these seats. Well, this seat here, he's gonna hold his seat. Jim Hagedorn, and I feel like this is gonna be the seat that flips. It's pretty close in 2020. It was about 3.6 points, if I'm looking at that right. No, 2.3, my bad. So I feel like they can flip that seat easily. Moving down to Florida. Obviously, we all saw back in November, Florida is it's moving to the right, and the Hispanic Cubans in Florida are a big factor in that. And both of these seats were flipped. Florida's 26 and 27. So in a wave year, and with the fact that it's moving to the right already, it's Republicans are going to take both of these seats. They were the only swing districts. All right, just checking our time here. So now going up to Georgia, this one was really tough for me to decide. Obviously, we've all seen what's going on in Georgia. These Atlantic suburbs in Atlanta and stuff they're really turning out. I don't know how this is going to play out. Honestly, this was the seat I was most conflicted on. It has a Republican history. It could be argued that Donald Trump is the reason why Georgia's moving to the left. He's not going to be in the picture. Republican wave year. So with all of that factored in, even know how well the Democrats have been doing in Georgia, it's still Georgia. It still has some Republican identity. And I feel like they could flip it back in 2022, but by a very narrow margin. And of course, everything, it depends on what's going on at the time. Like, that's a factor in it as well. If we want to move right over here to South Carolina, this district, I believe, was won in 2018 by the Democrats, and then they flipped it back in 2020. So they'll hold on to this here. All right, so that's the end of the first page. So we move up to Indiana. They have one district here, and I think the Republicans will take that. Mike Pence will probably come out and support and campaign for the candidate here in this district. He's probably still going to play a role. Might even run in 2024. I hope not. I want to see Trump run again, but he's obviously still popular in his home state. Moving to Illinois, we got the 14th and 17th districts. So off 17, I feel like is the Democrats are going to hold. They're going to keep this, and I think the Republicans will flip this one. So now we move over to New York, and New York seems to have a lot of swing districts. As you guys know, I think this, which one is it? New York's 22nd is still not certified. I think it's this one. It was like 29 votes separated. I don't even know. It hasn't been called yet. But either way, the Republicans leading, and it was held by a Democrat, so that's a flip if it holds, which means I think we will take it in 2022. New York's second, I feel like the Republicans will flip this. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. No, yeah, they will hold this here. And then I feel like they will hold this as well, because this was won in 2020 by a Republican. New York's 19th. Let's see here. The Republicans will take that as well. Now keep in mind, this is all from my research. I'm not just deciding this on the fly. So here we go, guys. Right now it is 220 to 208. The Republicans have the majority. First time since 2018. But let's go ahead and see how big of a majority they will have. Alright, so we just did that. New York's 22nd and 24th. I feel like the Republicans are going to take that as well. And then we move over to New Jersey, 7th. New Jersey. The Republicans will take that as well. And then Virginia's 7th. It was won in 2018 by a Democrat, but was historically always a Republican seat. Now it's going to be a wave year for the Republicans, so they will probably take it back. PA 17, I feel like the Democrats will hold on to this here. And then, which leaves us with PA 7 and 8, both of which I think the Republicans are going to take. So guys, that ends our number with, hold on here, we missed something. What did I miss? Oh, how did I miss that? Washington 8. Washington 8, I believe the Republicans will flip. It was won in 2014, 2010, 2016. Popular incumbent resigned, but it's got the potential to flip back. So I'm going to put that with the Republicans, which ends us with 226 to 209. Not that big of a majority, but like I said, we got redistricting coming, and a lot of these seats here, like, I could be wrong about a lot of these, like Arizona 1, like, just because it's got a history doesn't mean it can't flip. Any of these districts can flip, honestly, if they're not 100% safe. Like, this could flip, any one of these likely, because you never know. You just never know anymore. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think about my prediction? Do you guys think that do you think it's accurate? Do you think it's retarded? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you stay tuned, because of course we're going to keep doing updated predictions on the House, of course the Senate, and obviously the President. But right now there's just not a lot to work with, because we don't have a lot of numbers. It's just really too soon. But believe me, guys, when we get some numbers and the new House map, you guys are going to have tons of analysis, so you're not going to want to miss that. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all later.